I feel like we're in a pretty good position here. Oh. Hello everyone, welcome to my new series Spikeshots, where I showcase some of the best strategies in Arena, raise our ranks, and generally make our opponents explode. So today I'm presenting what passes for mid-range nowadays. It's more like a ramp deck, but what isn't nowadays. The main way to win with this deck is to call in your best buddy Ugin, and that usually does the job. This deck has a lot of flexibility, and you can build it mostly however you want. Like, there's really no agreed best combination, so when you keep playing the same deck constantly on the ladder, you can change the deck to beat that strategy, and guarantee you'll never be paired up against it again. So with that in mind, let's just dive in. So our hand has no blue mana, but I think we can keep, because if I focus hard enough, I should be able to find the right land on top. Now the correct line here is actually kind of difficult, but after thinking for a while, I decided I'd play out this land here. I think it will set us up quite nicely for future turns. Oh, sorry, my housemate's cat was doing something cute. I stopped focusing on drawing the land I needed. I'll get it next time. Okay, concentrate. Okay, I can feel the land coming. Here it is. Oh, it's not blue. Actually, I'm a little tired. I worked a late shift last night, so... Okay, no excuses that time. I know you've all come here to see some tight gameplay, but I'm just feeling a bit off my game here. I apologize. I guess we'll play out our creep here to make our opponent feel a little nervous. Ah, but they don't dangle it. This could emotionally scar our little ooze here, so we're gonna let it go hide under the library to recover. Okay, so I went and looked up the latest strategy articles, and I think I've got that land draw technique down now. Yeah, I can feel the vibrations. There's a land very close now. Yes, there it is! Magic is a game full of technical jargon, and this is an expert level video, so please be understanding if I say something which might confuse new players. For example, here my opponent Mwonvuli's my beefy boy. Ideally, I would respond by Don Dangling, which would grant me a Slam Jam bonus. Sadly, that option is closed to us here. This may sound confusing at first, but once you know the 27 quantum layers of magic, then it all just clicks together. Hold on, my opponent has too many permanents here. That's better. Now what was I going on about? Oh yes. Everyone knows about the 7 layers of magic and how they all work, but not many people know about the 27 quantum layers of magic. For example, everyone knows that in layer 5 color changing effects are applied, but not many players know that in quantum layer 12 socio-economic effects are applied. Ah, Scavenging Ooze, the second best ooze in the game. The best obviously being Biogenic Ooze. He's pretty hungry, so we're just gonna let him go to town on that graveyard there. Too many enchantments in there means our opponent's likely to do a little dance, and I'm not really in the mood for making a little love or getting down tonight. I feel like we're in a pretty good position here. Oh. It's okay, we didn't want Tamiyo on board anyway, she was giving off some bad vibes. We're just going to get all our creeps on board here. This should make our opponent explode. If they do have some humbuckery up their sleeve, we might end up exploding ourselves though. The Thought Distortion is the biggest cheese imaginable. The world record for largest cheese is this 34,600 pound block from Wisconsin, and that doesn't even compare to Thought Distortion. Also, our opponent likely doesn't feel any remorse for playing a deck like Doom Fortold, so we're going to bring these in to make them really feel that regret. Also, I could cut a Nissa, the Oozes, and one Krasis since they're kind of throwing off the feng shui of the deck and we really don't want bad chi flowing through our cards. Well, this hand can actually cast spells, so I think all in all it's probably a little better than the last one. Little known fact, Teferi actually is really into weightlifting and he's strong enough to chuck our Jolrael out of the board. Luckily we managed to catch her though, so we can replay her later. Our opponent keeps foretelling our doom, which is pretty rude. I don't really need reminding of my slow but inevitable demise to the wear of time. We respond by making them forget Narset. She was never really a good influence, my friend, you need to get her out of your life. Unfortunately, our opponent Mwonvuli's our board during Combombat. Thanks for nothing, Teferi. Even more unfortunately, this sets them off doing a little dance, and here Nissa is actually well known for hating dancing in all forms, so she just leaves the party. This puts us in a very awkward position, so we try and make our opponent feel at least a little remorse. They don't seem to care about what we have to say though. Okay, we need Tamiyo to find us Thought Distortion here. You failed me, Tammy, for the last time. Into the naughty corner you go.
Our time together is finished.
Well, our opponent here has 4 cards in hand to our 1. This is what we in the business call garbage time. Usually the only way to get out of garbage time is to explode yourself, but I'm a sucker for punishment. Well, Uro here is our last shot of survival. A brutal Don Dangle from our opponent there. And they've just got too many creeps for us to handle. They managed to plant the bomb and we have no way to defuse it, so it's on to the final game of the match. Maybe a more expert player could manage to draw lands with this hand, but I don't trust myself after that last game. Okay, this next one has plenty of lands already, so we should have a better time. So you might be thinking, hey, why did you not play that Watery Grave? You need the blue mana. And to that, I can only say, I don't know. Okay, so here we really want our opponent to get white mana out of their lives. Using white mana is really just a burden, and I always advocate foregoing it completely. So we really want Ugin to take the stage here, but our opponent will probably Don Dangle him, so we are going to send Tamiyo out as a sacrificial moonfolk. I'm still a bit upset at Tamiyo for not finding what I needed last game, so I'm actually going to remove her from the game entirely. You get what's coming to you, Tammy. The opponent tries to Don Dangle our Nissa, but we have the mental fortitude to tell them no. Your Don Dangling days are over, opponent. This seems like Ugin's cue to ruin our opponent's day as much as possible. Fun fact, Ugin is best known for creating the Plane of Tarkir, but he's also known for creating an immediate sense of defeat in your opponent. Wow, Ugin, that was very rude. Apologize to Nissa right now. We're gonna have to send you to the naughty corner, Ugin.
Endings are inevitable.
I think Ugin's been in there long enough. Now, Ugin, what have you learned from your banishment?
Always consider the consequences of your freedom.
Yes, Ugin, very good. Now, our opponent makes what I would call a suboptimal move here. It seems like a good idea to draw a card, and I won't fault them for that, but it did cause them to explode, so I think all in all they may have wanted to consider another line there. Well, it's been nearly an hour, and you know, sometimes that's what it takes to make it to gold rank 1. All in all, I'd say it was a pretty good result. The only thing I would have done differently is maybe eaten my lunch before starting the match. I'm pretty hungry right now.